Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TED Talks. Today we are going to be talking with the legendary Eddie DeAngelini, the creator of The Collectors, and his new Kickstarter, what's happening with him on the West Coast. And we got a lot going on today, so get prepared, buckle up. Hey, good morning and welcome to Ted Davies Artistry. If it's your first time here, my name's Ted Davies. I am an artist, an author, a collector, a YouTuber, a publisher, but we mainly talk about creatives on this channel or do creative things, whether it's me creating my books or my artwork, or we discuss about creatives and their endeavors. So welcome. Hopefully you guys can plug in what we're doing. Like and share this out. That would be awesome. I would appreciate it. And please subscribe. It would really help us out a lot. First off, we talk about Ted's library. What's in Ted's library this week? Well, we're going to be talking about my good friend, Glenn B. Fleming. We're going to talk a little bit about his book, Jack Kirby. I think that this is probably, I hope that everybody has an opportunity that if you have a favorite like Jack Kirby or George Perez or Neil Adams, that somebody has the foresight to actually document their visit with them. This is what Glenn did with Jack. And, you get to spend an afternoon with Jack, not just the king, but the man. So check out everything that's going on with this. It's on Indiegogo under Glenn B. Fleming, and it's called Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures. Check out everything that's going on with that. Plus, it comes with the DVD as well. So you can spend some time with Jack, too, and see what Glenn did on that afternoon. He went there a couple times actually, but it's so worth it. Check out everything. It is for the collector. I really, really believe that it is probably the standard now for what's going to be, I consider, documentary, especially with Jack Kirby. It's a real testament to him. So check out everything that Glenn B. Fleming's doing. It's on Indiegogo under Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey. Okay, so we'll check that out. We also want to talk about our sponsors. Proud sponsors. We got John Cashman's at Cashman's Comics in Bay City. If you need any comics, new or old, check out everything that John's doing. Say hi to Petey, the guard dog, at cashmancomics.com. Also, we have Northern Grounds Coffee. I've got Waking Dragon, my proprietary blend that they make for me. Check out everything that they're doing at northerngrounds.coffee. It's a healthier way to do coffee, and they do an awesome job. Plus, it's a little nerdy, like with names like Make It So Espresso and Second Breakfast Blend, all these things like that. It's very nerdy, very cool, and very healthy. So check out everything you're doing. Plus, use Caffeinate TED 2022 and get 10% off your purchase from them. We also want to talk about Comics Unlimited. We have a new publication that's coming out. It's out right now, actually, on Amazon. This isn't the book. I'm getting mine tomorrow, actually, in the mail. But go to Glenn B. Fleming's Amazon page, and you can pick up the new Comics Unlimited. It is awesome. Really excited about that one. We're showcasing George Perez and Neil Adams on that. Really, it's a wide variety of articles, but check out those especially because it's a good send off for both George and Neil. All right, no further ado. Let's bring in the man of the hour, Eddie DeAngelini. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I am happy to be back on with Michigan's finest.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, opinions vary, but thank you. I appreciate that. So
top 5.
Yeah. Okay. Top 5. That's right. I want to direct everybody to go back through my catalog to watch a couple of the videos that we've had with you, because you're pretty prolific as it is as a creator and as a comic book collector. I respect you a lot as a business person as well. But tell everybody when you landed on this planet, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Oh, it was June of 19 something. And goodness, Chicago, Illinois. Mm-hmm. So Midwest boy, but grew up out here in Los Angeles. got into comics at a young age
Hmm.
and fell in love with them, and maybe fell out of love with them back in my 20s when I found
Punk rock.
motorcycles and
Yeah, right.
girls and punk
Punk
rock.
rock too, man. That's one thing I respect the hell out of you about, because you were right in the grind when it came to punk rock. You were there at the forefront of
Yeah,
it all. I mean,
80s in LA
yeah.
was a scene in the early 80s, of course. Lots of great bands.
Yeah, we talked a
Um,
lot about that in the other TED Talks too, and
yeah,
it was
yeah,
awesome, awesome. I
yeah.
didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no problem. And then I guess fell back in love with comics later on in life and decided I want to make something,
Yeah,
and just got the creative bug and went from there. So been doing my web comic collectors, which is in 6 print volumes, soon to be the first trade paperback for this is the 10th year. It's been
yeah.
10 years of
Wow,
collectors.
that's great. And people don't know of it. You're doing this. You do this. Is it weekly or monthly? I can't. I know that you're on
It's a
Instagram
weekly web
constantly.
comic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a weekly web comic. Uh, Give and take. Obviously, life gets in the way sometimes, especially when you
hmm,
own a comic shop,
sure.
co-own a comic shop,
Hmm.
and sometimes I miss a few weeks here and there. Or like right now, I'm in the midst of really pushing a Kickstarter real hard, so getting out a weekly comic is a little tough. But I might miss weeks here and there, but for the most part, it's weekly, and then the print volumes collect the year's worth of those comic strips along with new material.
Got it. And the one thing I love about the collectors is it's your it's about a guy that collects comic. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it's set up as a married couple or a couple, and it's for me. It's I get it because Christine's the same. Very much like your wife, and and her name's Christine, right? Your wife's name,
Kristen, close
Kristen.
enough.
Okay, so we're there's things that you write on there like this. There are like 4 or 5 slides, but they're so hilarious because it fits exactly with what they've got to deal with and what we deal with this
Yeah,
obsession that we've got. So yeah, I definitely, as I get older too, I appreciate it more. So you guys need to check that out too. And if you're
thank
on
you. Yeah,
Instagram,
my wife describes it as a comic strip about a comic book collector who loves his wife and his comic book collection, but not always in that order.
exactly, that's right. Um, the Kickstarter. Okay, so this is how many times you've been on Kickstarter now? This is
This is my fifth one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a pro at it. The products
Well,
that you produce, let me tell everybody, the books are absolutely they're stunning. I have you were kind enough to send out the last of I mean all of them, everything. Yeah,
there's the last
fantastic.
one.
Yeah. And it's I've got them actually I've got them over there in plastic over my other library section here. So I didn't want to bring them out today, but it is the products themselves, the way that they're manufactured, you do a good job.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank
Let
you.
me, before we get into the Kickstarter, though, I want to tell people the things to look for on this Kickstarter too. This isn't exactly what you're going to have, but as far as the quality of the pin work and everything, it's just awesome. I mean, beautiful stuff, good
Thanks.
quality,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that you pride yourself on, and that's one thing that I've kind of I've followed your lead on a lot of things, to be honest with you, Eddie, because I think that there's quality, and then there's you spend money where it needs to be spent. I mean, you invest money wisely, and I really respect that about you. So
Oh,
anybody that's
thank you.
going to,
Thank you.
anybody, well, it's my pleasure. I want to make sure that everybody invests. If you do invest in the Kickstarter, you understand that you're going to be getting quality from the books to the tchotchkes. I mean, it's excellent. It's not garbage. So okay,
You know what? I appreciate that because I really try to put really a lot of thought and effort into the rewards and the products that I put out there. Because if it's something that I wouldn't want in my collection, then there's no way that I'm going to put that out in the world for other people to get from me. So
correct.
I want to be sure that I'm putting the best that I can out there.
Yeah, and you do. And why don't you plug the comic book shop too, just for grins and giggles, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So my wife and I co-own Heidi Ho Comics in Santa Monica, California. It is the oldest shop in Southern California that is still in business. It's started in 1977 and
Hmm.
has obviously been open for over 40 years. So I haven't owned it that entire time because I'm not that old. We are actually the third owner
Hmm.
of the shop. We bought it obviously from the second owner. We're pretty friendly with the original owner. And yeah, it's been going pretty well. We have managed to weather through the last couple of years all right,
Yep. Yep.
with a few adjustments and changes here and there. But that's the life of a comic shop owner. You have to
Mhm.
adjust and change and evolve
And you
because
got to
this
pivot. Yeah.
industry is constantly changing, and
And
those that don't change with it,
you've
and
always had a
unfortunately,
great attitude. One of the things about Eddie too, this is the type of person that you're dealing with Eddie. And I really, again, I respect you a lot for this. You had they had a riot, a few, what was it, 2 years ago now? Has it been 2 years?
yeah, it was
So,
2020, I believe, if
so
I'm
during the
remembering
whole
correctly.
turmoil and everything that was
Yeah,
going on, you would never thought that your older shop, the shop that you were at the other location, was ended up looted. But you're like, no sweat, nobody got hurt, and people just
yeah,
want to be heard.
thankfully,
People just want to be heard. That's all you said about it. And I'm like, dude, you
yeah,
are such a good person. I don't, I'm thinking, oh my God, the loss and effect and everything else. And you're like, nope, nobody got hurt. Everything's insured. We're good. I'm like, that's,
yeah.
if
Well,
more people were
yeah,
like you, I
right,
think it'd be a better place. So
right.
thank you for being that way and continuing to be that way and not letting things change you. Because
Yeah,
that's
regardless of how you fall on the politics of what the protests and riots were about back in that year,
yeah,
the fact is, we were closed that day because, and I explained this on the last time I was on, we were closed
yep,
that day because it was just after the lockdown was lifted. So we were only open less than a week. So
yeah,
we had very limited hours while we were getting back on our feet. And it was a Sunday. We were closed that day. So there was nobody in the shop, no employees, and that's when it happened. And I'm just thankful that it happened on a day that we were closed. There were no employees there to get hurt, to be in the way, to maybe
mhm,
do anything stupid thinking they have to defend the shop, because I would not want them to do that.
right,
And the things that were stolen or broken, all that stuff can be and was replaced and fixed, and back to business. It was literally just, it was one day that needed to be repaired, and you know back to normal.
okay, and that's. But what I'm saying is, to your benefit and to everybody else's benefit, that any buys anything from you or invests with you or anything else, this is the type of person that you guys are dealing with. So you're definitely TED certified. So you're part of Ted's tribe. You've been that way for years. I do want to say good morning to everybody before we get onto your Kickstarter. Sorry, just to bear with me for a minute. Donna and Carl in the house. We got Eric Hawkins, another great, great creator. Peter Ryan. That's an interesting name. He's a great guy. You'll love Pete. You should follow him, Eddie. He's a terrific guy.
Okay.
But good morning, everybody. I know we got a few people on Facebook as well. So, all right. So tell everybody about what this Kickstarter is about. We're going to go through it a little bit and see where we're at. We're not quite funded yet. Nothing to shake a stick at, though. That's not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
still,
really happy with the way it came out the gate the first week. Today is literally the first week, the seventh day. So I was really concerned because I was going for a larger amount this time, because it is a trade paperback. It's a 200-page trade paperback, not just a single issue comic. So
right.
obviously it costs a little more to print, and we're all dealing with paper shortages, supply chain issues. So
Yes.
things are a little bit more expensive to get published and print. So I was a little bit worried, but I really spent time since my last Kickstarter to this one learning as much as I can, because this might be my fifth one, but I don't know it all, and there are people out there that know more than me. So I was really trying to learn from them what I can do, and we came out of the gate pretty well here. So I'm really
And
happy about that.
project that we
So
love, you can't knock that. I mean, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Right
See,
up.
I really put into effect a lot of the things I learned, and the first day I got boom, I got that badge. So
No, it's well
that's
deserved.
really great. Yeah.
That's
So
good.
what this book is, it is a collected trade paperback volume, 200 pages of the first three collectors comics. In the course of doing my comic strip, I have published 6 print volumes. And like I said,
Mhm.
every year I do basically an annual. It collects all of the online comic strips from that past year. Plus, I always do some type of original story in there as well that's only available in the books and not online.
Right.
And the first three, to my surprise, I found this out just by accident when people order stuff and I didn't have it. They are completely sold out. I just don't have any more.
That's
I think
great.
I got just a couple here and there of 1 and 2, but number 3, I don't even have a copy for myself. I literally sold through the whole thing.
Wow.
So I want to put those back in print because every time I do a convention, people come to my table and I show them my books and they go, "Oh, this sounds great. Do you have the first one? I want to
Right.
start from the beginning."
Right.
Well, first off, I tell people that's the beauty of my comic strip. You don't need to start from the beginning. It's like reading the Sunday funnies. You can just jump in anywhere and
Hmm.
appreciate the humor and start reading. But everyone wants to start from the beginning, so we're getting those first 3 back in print in its own collected trade paperback, and that's what this Kickstarter right here is.
Okay. Very good. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. So tell me, let me just scroll. You tell me where you want to go with this. So and we'll go from
Okay,
there.
yeah, so if they go to my Kickstarter page, you get a little overview of what the comic strip is for those people who are new
Mm-hmm.
and haven't seen my comic strip before. Throw in a few samples there on the page of some of the classic comic strips that are in this actual book. And you can see from the art here, it has a very classic
Yep.
look of the Sunday newspaper funnies. That's
Yep.
really my inspiration for this comic strip and the look and the feel of it. And like we said earlier, it is about loosely based on myself and my wife here and my comic book collecting and all the nerdy stuff she puts up with living with me. So I tell people it's semi autobiographical. There's some things in here that actually did happen and some that are made up
You
for
took some
humor.
artistic, yeah, license to it.
And
Yeah.
I'll let I'll let the reader decide which is which. So you can keep on scrolling here.
Sure.
And after a little overview of what the comic strip is, I tell them about the book. And
Mhm.
like I said, it is a 200-page trade paperback that collects the first 3 print volumes. And what's nice too, you're probably familiar with who Craig Yo is. He's
Oh
a
yeah.
friend of
Yep.
mine. Yeah, he became a good friend of mine after the whole debacle of the looting of my shop and everything. He
Mhm.
actually did a art piece that he
That's
auctioned
great.
off on social media with the benefits going towards the shop. So that's great of him. He was kind enough to do the foreword for the book
Excellent.
because he became a fan of my comic strip as well. So he was nice enough to do that.
Mhm.
So, what's also really cool, if you scroll a little bit more, I have a good friend named Jay Sullivan, who is a cover artist over at IDW, and I asked him if he would do a variant cover, and he did. And he did one that not so much a cartoony representation of Kristen and I the way I do, but a little
Mhm.
bit more of a realistic one. So if you
Okay.
scroll down past some of this preview stuff here,
Sure.
you'll see it. And for anybody who knows my wife and I,
Ah,
they look at it and they go, "Oh my God, that is hysterical." So there it is right there.
that's
And it
great.
is an homage to Batman #9, the classic
Yes.
Golden
Mhm.
Age issue. And obviously, as you saw up higher, the main
Yep.
cover by me is an homage to Detective Comics, if I'm remembering correctly, 38, first appearance of
30.
Robin. But
I
my
think it
wife is
might be.
saying, yeah, my
Yep.
wife is basically complaining how she'll wear the Robin costume, but she's not jumping through that thing. So yeah, so I'm really happy with the covers. It has a cool Batman homage theme, and I'm really just floored by the variant cover that Jay did for me.
Yeah.
And
You
he
did a
really
great
thought,
job.
you know, it'd be funny is if I do Kristen as Batman and you as Robin.
Yeah.
And I like how he even kept, if you look at the original cover, he kept the proportion of the height of Batman
Yes.
and Robin.
Yes.
And I
Well,
look
I
like a
mean,
little pygmy next to my
it's all
wife
good.
there.
It's all good.
It is,
It's
I
all
think it's
good.
hysterical. When he showed me the art, I just started laughing.
I'm
I thought
sure.
it was so
What
funny.
did she think? She was
Oh,
happy
she
with it?
she loved it too. She thought it was really funny. The only thing that she was absolutely offended by was that she was wearing socks with her
Got
flip-flops.
it. I understand that. That's
But
okay though.
obviously
It's still
that
great
is
though.
meant, yeah, but obviously the socks are meant to emulate, wearing boots,
Sure.
wearing the bat boots.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Well,
and then a
good.
little blurb
That's
here
great.
about what some people in the industry are saying about my comic strip, including Craig Yo,
Mhm.
Tim Chismar from First Comics, and Ambrose Quintanilla, a good friend of mine who's also a cartoonist, and Hannibal Taboo from Comic Book Resources, which is
Mhm.
always nice to show people, hey, look,
Yep.
some other people in the industry are saying really good things about my stuff. So maybe you should check it out.
Right. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Hannibal Taboo. Wow. What a cool name. What a cool name.
A little bit about me, but we're learning about me anyway. So
Sure.
We
And
can
look at all
skip
those
that part.
beautiful comics behind you. Are
Yeah, a
those
little
all your
shot of me in the
is that
shop.
your yeah, in the shop? I was gonna say, is that
Yeah.
your personal collection? No?
No, no,
Okay.
that's the shop. So when we
Okay.
get to the
All
rewards,
right. Now to
yeah,
the meat and potatoes. All right, here we
yeah,
go.
of course. So got a plethora of awards, good rewards, the kind of stuff that you can pretty much always expect from me when
Right.
you come to one of my Kickstarters. And we start off with the digital tier where you can get a digital copy of the book or the whole library in digital form. And then when you jump up to the $30 level, that's when you get a print copy of the book.
Got it.
And you get a print copy and a digital copy. So,
Okay.
and then from
And this is the trade now, right? Correct?
yeah,
Or
this is a
okay.
trade paperback. So people think, oh, wait, $30 for a comic book. No, this is
Mhm.
not a comic book. This is a 200-page
Yeah.
trade paperback.
Yeah.
$30, you walk into a comic shop, that's what you expect to pay for a good sized trade
Oh, yeah.
paperback. So,
Easily.
yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
So I'm keeping with the market and with my costs in order to publish the book. So
Right. Right.
I am not making a fortune off of this. So,
Are you
yeah.
shipping obviously nationwide? Are you shipping out of the country or no?
Oh, yeah. I always on Kickstarter, I will always select that I ship worldwide. Some
Good.
people don't because they don't want to deal with that. But
No.
hey,
Yeah,
I just
I
set
do.
it to what it's going to cost to ship worldwide. If you decide you want to do it, that's on you, not me.
Mhm.
This is what it costs. And I'm
Right.
not making money off the shipping. That's what it costs to ship to you. And I get one or two people from other countries that do it.
Sure.
Last Kickstarter, it was Canada and
Mhm.
Australia.
Yeah.
And which kind of sucked is because I don't know if everyone's following the news about what's happening with our post office, but the post
Mm.
office stopped shipping to Australia.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yep. That was
Yeah,
an
so at the
education.
$50 level, you can catch up and get the whole print library. You get the trade paperback plus book 4, 5, and 6. So at that point, you've got the whole library right there.
Right. Right. That's and I'm telling you, the library guys is awesome. I have all the books. I cherish them. And you signed everything. That's one thing too.
Of
I don't know if you're
course.
going to offer that for everybody, but that's excellent.
Hey,
Ah,
yeah, it's an option at the end. When I
mhm.
do my surveys, I ask people if they want it signed or not, because I know there's some people that have a thing about people writing on their books, whether
Yeah.
even if it's the author signing it, they want it pristine. And I get that. As a
Mhm.
collector, I get that.
Mhm.
So at the $60 level, this is the level that I like. It's been really popular. You get both the main and the variant cover. So you get
Awesome.
2 copies of the book, one of each cover. And also, if I'm looking correctly, yes, also the digital version as well. So you can read the digital version and you can keep the print copies nice and pristine on your shelf.
Excellent.
Yeah.
200 pages. It's a lot. It's a lot. There we go. Now we're
Yeah.
talking.
So
Now the enamel.
here's the enamel pin set. Everyone raved about this last Kickstarter I did. It
Yep.
was really popular. And unfortunately, one of the pins that was in that last set is
Yep.
completely sold out. It was a Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy pin
Yep. Yeah,
and Spider Gwen pin.
got it right there. So,
Yeah, that was a really popular pin. It's been a popular pin in the store too. So
yeah.
unfortunately, it is sold out. But I did an art piece, a print last year or two, I forget when, around the time when Falcon and Winter Soldier, the TV show, came out. So I did
Mhm.
a art print of the two of them, kind of like a mashup, one side Falcon and one side uh, Bucky,
Wonder.
both
Yep.
holding the shield in the foreground. And that's what that pin all the way over on the right is. That is a pin of that art piece.
Very
So
cool.
it's set up like a corner, like a classic vintage corner box
Mhm.
with Bucky and Sam. They're each holding hand on the shield there. So that's replacing the Miles and Spider Gwen pin this time around. But you've got the other 2 pins there, and I brought back the 3-piece enamel pin set for this one as well.
Very cool. Very well made. Whoever did these for you did a beautiful job. So thank you for
Yeah,
doing it. I
yeah.
mean, really, they did. I mean,
What
I'm not a big fan of pins, but this is good. I mean, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're
Very nice.
really, really high quality. I am
Mhm.
super pleased on how they came out. In fact, that Action Comics homage with Captain
Yeah.
America there,
Yep. Yep.
if you see the pin, it's a small pin, but all the detail is
It's
there. It's
incredible. I mean,
amazing.
it's
Yeah,
die cut. I mean, it's incredible. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
telling you guys. I mean, anybody who knows me, I'm over the top when it comes to details and stuff like that. And this is, yeah,
yeah,
I was shocked when they came. I'm like, wow, that those are really good, dude. So yeah,
yeah.
very, very nice. Very nice.
So $60 will get you that pin set and a copy of the book. And then
Got it.
for all my retailer friends out there, and I have them, and I've already got a couple that have jumped on this.
Yep.
You want to put the book in your shop, $75 wholesale price. You get was it five copies of the book right there for your shop.
That's a good price for 5 copies. That's
Yeah,
a
well,
decent price.
as a shop owner myself, I
Mhm.
know what it costs for us to buy this kind of thing
Sure,
normally. So I
sure.
want to offer it that at the same price to my retailer friends. And basically, I'm not making money really off of this tier at all. Uh, they are pretty much paying for these books about what I'm
Mhm.
paying to have them printed.
Yeah,
But the idea is I want to be able to offer it to shops and get that book in the other, in other people's shops as well as mine.
sure, sure.
Yeah,
So, yeah, so everybody
yeah.
take a look at that if you guys have a shop. And now, how do you feel about people buying those if they've got gifts for family? That's I've
I mean,
had
if someone
people.
who doesn't own a shop buys this tier,
Correct, correct. Do you
uh,
offer that or not?
well, I've seen other people that have Kickstarter. I've always advised a lot of other people, other creators who do
Mhm.
Kickstarters, put a retailer tier.
Yep,
Always put a
I
retailer
do
tier.
too. Yeah,
And some of them will have a thing on this tier saying, email me first
yeah.
to, let me know your shop to verify that
Right,
you're a shop owner.
right.
I don't do that because the truth is, how many people are really going to go and
I, I
click
agree.
this tier to
Yeah,
buy 5 copies of the same book?
yeah.
Not many, probably none. But on all honesty, if someone does, I got your money. You got 5 copies of the book. I'm not
Right,
going to be upset.
right, right. And I've done that too. I've had family or friends or whatever buy them for Christmas presents. So whatever. More power to them if that's what they want to do. I don't do the, oh, you got to prove that you have an EIN or whatever.
Yeah.
Forget that. Whatever. I'm
At the
with you the
most,
same way.
maybe one person
Yeah,
will do it. I'm
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
raise a fuss over that. Not a big
Gotcha.
deal. Not a
Good.
big deal. So once you get up to the $100 level, that's when the fun starts. You
Mm,
get a copy of the book, plus you can get original art by me.
awesome.
So
Awesome.
there's two $100 tiers. The
Hmm.
first one here is for a copy of the book, both print and digital, and you get to choose your choice. You get to choose an 11 by 17 original collector's comic strip, and I've got a link there on the page. You can click. It takes you to my online store on my website, and it shows all of the comic strips that are available, and you
Okay.
can go ahead and choose from any of those and add it to your reward.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now you're not offering the custom cover with this one. It's the original cover that you with the book
You're
on
talking
this
about
one.
the variant cover?
Variant cover, yeah. Yep.
I've got the original art. My
Mhm.
friend Jay was kind enough to give it to me. I wasn't expecting that, but I think I want to keep that and frame that.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah. Now the
Cool.
my cover, the main cover,
Mhm.
someone already did
Purchase.
reserve that, so that one
Okay.
unfortunately is gone.
Cool. What a
So the
better problem
second
to have.
$100 tier here is for a
Mm.
copy of the book and an original sketch cover, and these that you see here as samples are ones that I did on my last Kickstarter. So it shows you pretty much what you're going to get. So the last Kickstarter I did a very small print run of my issue number 6 with the blank sketch cover. And I'm
Got it.
doing the sketch covers on that. So they're going to get a copy of number 6 along with whatever else they choose here in the rewards. And they're going to get a copy of number 6 sketch cover with me doing art on there. And you're going to be able to choose whatever character you want. Choose one character, and that's what I'm going to do. And these are samples of what you're going to get.
Awesome. Okay, well, again, these are quite affordable. These are very affordable tiers, I have to
Yeah,
say.
I really put time into thinking how much do I want to charge. And basically, I wanted to give people a little bit of a deal. I wanted to
Mhm.
give the price, I wanted to match or better what they would pay if they went to my website and bought this stuff,
Okay.
but give them a little bit of a better price. So, you incentivize people to really want to back it. They think, wow,
Sure.
I'm getting a really good deal. So this one here, this is the first of the big tiers, the first of the big bundles.
Mhm.
This gets you the complete print library and your choice of either an 11 by 17 original or the cover art. So you can choose one or the other.
Wow. Okay. And again, for $125, very affordable. I mean,
Yes.
that's a good value. I mean, honestly. I know how
Oh,
much time and everything
and
else.
one thing that I will also mention too is once you
Sure.
get up to these higher tiers, you can choose which cover you want for the trade paperback. You can choose
Oh,
either the main cover by me or the variant cover.
excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent. That's good. That's good.
yeah. So when you get to this one, and I'm looking here because I got to look myself,
Mhm.
which I don't remember all the tiers. This
Sure.
one here is the same as the last one, but it is adding the enamel pin set. So you're getting the
Mm,
complete library, your choice of a sketch cover or original art, along with the three-piece enamel pin set.
got it.
And the next tier is the biggie. That's where you get
Okay.
everything.
The full gamut. All right.
Yeah, you get it all. You get both covers of the trade paperback, the full library. You get the sketch cover art and an original 11 by 17 penciled and inked collector's comic strip and the enamel set. So you're getting
Wow.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah, for only 250.
Yeah, that's very affordable. I mean, I know some people like me, I charge just for the original art on that. Some of that is over $200. So that just the art. So that's a really good value. I mean, honestly, you did well with that, Eddie.
Yeah,
Very
thank you.
well.
Thank you.
Yep. And
Oh,
especially, I mean, yeah, it's fantastic. And those pins too, like I said. Um, yeah, that's great. Very, very
yeah.
good.
So the other thing that I want to mention that
Sure.
really, hopefully, to incentivize people to jump on,
Hmm.
and I did this last time, and I'm doing it again. Everyone who backs the Kickstarter,
Okay.
any level you pick, you're automatically entered to win my CGC 9.8 Wolverine #1 with the custom
Ugh,
label and everything. You can see that without the glare. Yeah.
yeah, that's sick. Frank Miller.
Yes.
It's sick. That is
So you
sick.
back the Kickstarter at any level, and you are automatically entered to win that book. And I am going to choose a winner randomly once the Kickstarter is over.
Hmm.
And yeah, we'll see who wins this one. I did it last time. If you remember, I had a
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
CGC copy. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
a
I
CGC
remember.
copy
I didn't win it,
of
but yeah, I
uh,
remember it.
sorry. Good luck this time, hopefully. I had a CGC copy of Eternals #1, which is a hot book at that time. That was right
Yeah.
around the movie. So, yeah, I gave that away to a lucky backer at the end of the campaign. And people ask me, and these are from my personal collection.
Mhm.
These are not like from the shop or for what. No, these are from my personal collection. And people say, "What are you doing? Aren't you a collector? Why are you giving away these amazing books?" I want to incentivize those people that are on the fence,
Yeah.
that kind of like hemming and hawing if they want to back or not. They're maybe not too familiar with my comic strip. I want to reach out to those people that are collectors when they see that book,
Mhm.
because I know that once they back and they get my books, they're going to love them. They're collectors. They love this stuff. They're going to love the comic.
Yep.
So I just, in my sincerity, want to make this book, and I want people to read it and enjoy it, and especially that audience, the people that would love to win that book. They're
Mhm.
my audience. So I really want to kind of show them that and really push them over the edge and say, yeah, you got to pick up my book too, because you're really going to like it.
That's great. And, that's you, though. That's completely you, Eddie. That is completely you. And I think that's even more so of a reason for an invest. I mean, that's great to be in the bidding for that. Gosh, not bidding, but in the queue for it. What else
Yeah.
do we have on this risk and challenges? Are there anything you want to
I
discuss?
always put the same thing on the risks and challenges. I tell people, look, hey, there's really no risk. The book is done. It's been done.
Hmm.
Unlike some people, and I'm not trying to blast anybody or name names because I don't have any names I could name, but we all hear the horror stories of the people who never complete their projects when they get funded.
Understand. I mean, I've had a couple setbacks on mine. People know,
Yeah,
and they've been awesome about being patient about it. So
sure.
it's just what happens. We had a lot happen, but some other people just
Of
don't
course.
finish. Some people
Yeah,
just blatantly don't finish. Yeah,
right.
and
And I tell people right off the bat, the risks are low here because the work is already done. I've already put in the hours
hmm
designing and putting together the book well before my Kickstarter even started.
right,
Before I even had it up, before I even hit launch, the book was already done. The files are all finished, and um, all I'm waiting for is for the Kickstarter to end and get funded, so I can just shoot all those files off to my printer.
right, and that's
And
and
I,
and that's
my
the way to do it. I
yeah,
honestly, and that's the way I'm going to be running mine in the future too.
right. Right,
So
because I have a hard time relaxing and sleeping at night after my
yeah.
campaign is run, because until I get the books back from my printer and get them all shipped out to the backers,
Hmm.
uh, I can't relax. I want them in the hands of the people,
Yeah.
and I want it as quickly as possible because I know what it's like to just sit around and wait for something to come in the mail.
Right.
So
Right.
I always have a quick turnaround time, couple of months, 2, 3 months tops.
Hmm.
I don't go longer than that because I just don't feel right about letting it drag on that long. I want it done, out the door, and in the hands of people,
And
so
I
they
agree with
know, like, wow, this guy, yeah, he's a pro.
you.
He ran his Kickstarter like a pro. It ended. I had the book in no time at all.
And you've had fulfillment done. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's, it's important. I think that communication's a big part of it too. So, and if you do think, if things do mess up, if, paper delay, whatever, shortages, all that stuff, it all accumulates, weeks upon weeks upon weeks. Um, or you have product problems, other things like you were saying, maybe the pins don't come in properly, or, it's just communication's key. But I think that you're really spot on with the having the product done as
yeah,
far as it can be in production for book. Before you
yeah.
go to
And for
Kickstarter,
the
I
most
really,
part
I
too,
really think it's a way to do it. I
yeah,
really
and
do.
for the most part too, all my rewards are already done and ready to go as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I'm not waiting for the pins to come back over from,
right.
wherever else
Wherever.
overseas.
Yeah.
No, they're already here,
Hmm.
done.
That's
Like
that's huge.
a lot of the
That's huge.
original comic strips, those are ones that I've done throughout, the past year. So they're already here, they're already ready to go. The
Yeah,
only thing that's not ready to go are the people that select the sketch cover level,
got it.
because then I've got to put in the time, find out what character they want, and then put in the time to do them. But like
Understandable.
last time when I did it, I was just, day and night, just churning them out because I wanted to get them done ASAP. So, get them all out. So that's the only thing. Everything is ready to go. And I also tell people, but there are some things that are not in the control of us creators. Like currently, there is a bit of a paper shortage.
Sure.
That hasn't affected me so far because I don't do print runs of thousands and thousands of books, obviously.
Hmm.
And there are supply chain issues. And my way around that for this Kickstarter and the last one was I'm not printing, and I don't print overseas. So I don't have to worry about my books sitting in a port somewhere
Right. I
waiting to
agree.
come to me. I'm
Right.
printing here in the US with a US based printer. So
Right.
with
Right.
great turnaround time and good quality of work. So
Yeah.
I really am uh, pretty assured that I'm going to get my books quickly and on time.
Right. Well, and you're already ahead of the game because you've already got the book done. There's a lot of advantages with this particular campaign. So you've already got the majority of the work, the legwork done. So it's going to slow. The only way it would slow down is by production. So that rest assured, that's out of your hands. You can't really do much about that. But I know that you'll be on it as far as in communicating with your
Oh, sure.
backers.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're always awesome about that. So
Yeah, I'm trying to really be updating on a regular basis on this one, even though it's only a week. I really just want to keep the Kickstarter out there fresh on people's minds. And yeah,
right.
what you said about the book being done, I would really advise any creators out there. That's what you need to do. You should finish the book before you
I
even hit launch on that Kickstarter. You should
I
have it
I
done.
I believe after this last campaign of mine, yes, I believe you 100%. I would think that, and we've talked about Chris and I have gone through it, and we really evaluate everything about where we need to be. Do we need to be at 80%, 100%? What's acceptable?
Yeah,
I'm not going to be a lot of it editing. There's some things like that. I want to have it wrapped up beforehand. So yeah, I'm with you. But I think that
yeah,
you've touched a huge chord on this for a lot of people.
yeah.
And a lot of people are
If
scared to
and
invest in
Yeah,
Kickstarter
and
now,
you're
and
it's
it's
okay if
a
you're like
no-brainer
it.
with this one.
Yeah, it's okay if you're like maybe somewhere between 90 and 100% done. That's acceptable. If you just got a few last little uh things to finish up, that's okay, but the bulk of it should
Yeah,
be
it should
finished,
be. Yeah, I agree,
because you know
and it
what's going to
should be
happen.
pre-edited, ready to go. I
Oh,
think so
sure.
too.
Sure,
I think so
because you
too.
know what's going to happen is life is going to get in the way. You're going to
Sure,
get busy at work maybe, or you're
sure.
just going to be really busy promoting the Kickstarter, and before you know it, it's going to be over and you never got to work on
Right,
the book. So
right.
you better have it done.
Yeah, and I think that there's something to be said when you've got larger entities, if you want to call it that, than us that have still not fulfilled their their Kickstarter or whatever. Unbelievable,
Yeah,
unacceptable.
there are
You know,
some Kickstarters that I backed from
yeah,
well-known names in the
yep,
industry. I've
yep,
still, as of yet, not seen anything.
right. But that's the beauty of what we're doing, because we're showing that it can be done, and it can
Yeah,
be, yeah, and it
and
could be, and it can be a trustworthy venture. So
yeah, possibly too, because they're a big name, they can get away with it, but that we is not afforded to us smaller indie creators. It's our
no,
reputation,
yeah,
and we just mess up once, and people will never forget it.
yeah. But you're not like that. You've been around, you know what's going on. And you're a sound business person anyway, Eddie, and that's one of the reasons why you're on here. Everybody needs to check this out, though. Please go to, is it under Eddie DeAngelini on this, or is it under,
For the Kickstarter,
yeah, what is it?
it's real easy. I got a custom URL for it, easy to remember. It's
Okay.
collectorsonkickstarter.com.
All right. And I will put it, actually, you did send it to me. I will put it in the description on the YouTube channel for you guys to have. Unless you've got a copy, you can put it in the private chat, and I can put it over there for you if you'd like. I meant to do that this morning beforehand. Sorry about that. All right. That'd be too easy, right? I
Yeah.
mean, have that all ready to go. One thing too, Eddie, thank you for getting up so early on a Tuesday. You're on California time. So, and we start TED Talks at 10 a.m. You're here
Hey,
7 a.m., man. You're doing it. I appreciate it
now,
greatly.
like I told you earlier, Tuesday mornings are the mornings that I get up early anyway to
Yeah.
go drive out to pick up the books for the shop. So
Right.
I'm already up early. Um, Contrary to what we might have learned in school, the comic book store does not bring the comics to the comic shop.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
guys like me who drive out
Right.
to the warehouse and load up my truck and bring them to the shop. So I'm already up on Tuesdays. In fact, as soon as we're done here, I'm jumping in the truck and heading over to pick up those books.
Sounds good. Well, I mean, I wish you nothing but success, man. I know you're going to do
Thank
well
you.
with this, and
Thank you.
it's already, you're almost there. So, and I
Yeah.
definitely,
So I'm hoping that I'm at 83% funded now. I'm hoping that by the end of this week, it'll be the end of the second week, I hit that funding goal. And then the last 2 weeks, I'm going to work on hopefully getting above that, not to
mhm,
be greedy, but to be able to use that money to do some more cool stuff with the book, do a little bit of a bigger print run and see what else I can do based on what else I can get. So I want to get more money so I can put it all back into the book
into it.
and into the hands of people.
When are you drawing for the Wolverine CG?
It's going to be probably it's going to be the week that the book ends. If the book gets completely funded, which it looks
It
like it
will.
will be,
It will.
I'm going to do it most likely. I want to do it right away. So I'm probably that day that the Kickstarter ends, I'm going to be busy wrapping things up. So I'm going to do it the very next day. So if I look at the
Okay.
calendar here, when it ends, which honestly now I don't remember, what was it, June? I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the Kickstarter ends on June 16th.
Yep.
So I will just do it the very next day on June 17th. And I'll do it live on Facebook or social media in general. And you don't need to tune in. If you backed the book, you're automatically entered. You don't need to do anything else. All you got to do is just back the book. I got your info. I got your name. Goes into the hat. And I will go ahead and do a big update, email blast, letting everybody know that the book was given away and who won. So even if you're not there on the 17th looking at social media, do not worry. I will contact you directly if you are the winner. So let's
Awesome.
hope I'm contacting you, Ted.
It's just icing on the cake, man. So, well, as long as whoever gets it, as long as they keep it and enjoy it, and they
Oh yeah.
becomes part
So
of their collection.
I did a convention just this past weekend,
Yeah.
Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario.
Hmm.
And the winner of the CGC Eternals book that I gave away last time,
Hmm. Hmm.
he came to my table, to my booth, and bought some stuff I had there, and just gushed about how much he loved the book and how happy that he won it. So
That's awesome.
they
Should,
go from my collection, my personal collection, into
mhm.
the hands of people that can appreciate them.
Right. And that's really what it's all about. It's not about speculation. It's not about what the CG rating is. It is a certain amount of money if you need it, whatever, to sell it, but it's about the collecting. It's about
It
the
is, but did I also
mhm.
mention it's a
I
9.8?
know. Yes, I mean that's a stellar book. That's an
It's very
archival
much.
history piece there.
It is.
Especially Frank. Frank's not getting any younger, so Frank, and I consider it. I have the book here in front of me. I'm not going to bring mine's not a 9.8, but yeah, it's definitely cool though, man.
Still my favorite Wolverine story of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so in closing, where can everybody reach you?
Well, like I said earlier, go to collectorsonkickstarter.com. That'll take you
Mhm.
to the website, take you to the Kickstarter page. If you want to go directly to the collector's website, that is collectorscomic.com. And right there on the homepage, there'll be a link to the Kickstarter as well. So that's where you're going to find me right now. Collectorscomic.com for the website. That's collectors with an S at the end, comic with no S at the end, collectors comic. And then also for the Kickstarter, collectorsonkickstarter.com.
And I'll have that in the description as well on
Thank
the
you.
YouTube. So we'll make sure that that's all done up. I appreciate your time as usual, man. You're
Hey, I
awesome.
love coming on here. I love talking with you, as
And
always.
you're always welcome here, part of Ted's tribe. And if there's anything I can
Hey,
do,
I'll be
let me.
back tomorrow.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I won't be here, but that's cool. We can do it. One thing I want to say too, Eddie's a huge supporter of indie comics. Even at the shop, you've got a section for indie comics. So
Yes.
one thing about he doesn't just walk it. I mean, or talk it. He walks it. So there's some definite things about when you're investing with Eddie, you're investing not just with an indie creator, but a guy that actually gives a crap about the indie community. So and that's Eddie. That's why he's here. So I appreciate your time, man. Thanks, guys, for stopping in and seeing what Eddie's got to offer on Kickstarter. Please check out what he's doing. Invest in this awesome campaign. And we will talk to you soon. I'm not going to be live this Thursday. I've got a few things going on I have to take care of. So we're not going to be, Glenn and I are not going to be on with Comics Unlimited this week. But we'll recap it for the following week. So, but yeah, and check out Comics Unlimited too on Amazon as well. That would be awesome with under Glenn B. Fleming's Amazon account. It's a really good series of articles. I think you guys are going to really dig it. And it's the first book that I'm publishing with Glenn. So I'm excited about that. So check out everything that we're doing. Eddie, thank you again for stopping in and stick around for a minute after we're done with the show. Okay, thanks. Thanks again, guys. If you guys want to know what's going on with Ted Davies Artistry, check out everything that we're doing at teddaviesartistry.com or on the YouTube channel or any of my social media. We will talk to you soon. Have a great week. Be safe, be healthy, do something good for somebody. That's all you can do. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great week.